Hey, this is John Campbell from Lamb of God, and you're watching CMS TV.
All right. Marcos from New Jersey has sent in a story.
Okay.
New Brunswick, New Jersey. The family who owns a Sayreville strip club and two associates have pleaded guilty to charges related to running a house of prostitution
Oh, no.
at the Route 35 establishment and will have to pay back taxes and undergo monitoring for 5 years.
Oh, no.
This place known as the Bada Bing, I think we all know this place. Doreen Accardi, the owner of Club 35, and her husband Anthony Accardi, Sr. of Freehold, New Jersey, entered guilty pleas to maintain a nuance through maintaining a house of prostitution.
Oh, my.
A fourth-degree crime and a failure to pay income tax, a third-degree crime, State Attorney General has said. The pleas were entered on June 3rd during a hearing before the Middlesex County Superior Court judge. The couple agreed to jointly pay all taxes they own to New Jersey Treasury's Department Division of Taxation for an approximate total of, what do you think?
How many years?
Well, it didn't say. It just said that they owed back taxes. So this is
100 grand.
That's all?
Is it more? 500 grand.
Times 7.
700 grand.
$705,000.
And that's only state tax?
That's just taxes due that is due to the New Jersey Treasury Department.
Oof. So they owe another $1 million to the feds.
Well, when it comes to prostitution and running a strip club, how do you think that they audited that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you think that they actually kept books and said, well, Daisy sucked this guy's dick for, $100 and
No.
this chick did this and that, and they actually logged it in a book of some kind?
This is what the forensic accountants make their money doing.
Right.
I'm sure they looked in and found numbers and said, okay, well, if you made this much this month, then we're going to multiply that by 60, and that's how much you made in 5 years. And, I'm sure that's what they did.
Right. Well, they owe approximately a total of $705,000. Now, this isn't all.
Okay.
In addition to mandatory fines and penalties, about $420,000 in cash was seized by law enforcement during an investigation.
So they lost most of their ability to pay this bill.
And will be forfeited by the defendants and applied to the tax settlement.
Oh, my God. Well, at least if it's applied, that's okay.
Right. But where was this cash? Where do people keep their cash?
It had to be a safe.
I know,
or in a house or something.
But if I had that kind of cash and I was hiding it, it was a skim. I don't think I would have it anywhere that would just be discoverable.
No, it'd be with a trustable friend in another state or something.
Right, exactly. You just go to somebody's house, or you have like a storage locker, kind of like Animal Kingdom.
Right.
Remember Animal Kingdom? She had those safes in a storage locker.
Right.
$420,000 in cash.
Man, that's a lot.
Additionally, the Club 35 business pleaded guilty to engaging in operation of sexually oriented businesses, a fourth-degree crime. Under the agreement, the strip club will be subjected to independent monitoring. Joe, me and Joe, we're going to go down to the strip club and we're going to make sure that nothing hinky is going on down there. We're going to go have some lunch down there. We heard that they have a really good shrimp platter
Yes.
at lunchtime.
Yes. I'll give you a platter or something. Some kind of fish.
For a period of 5 years until January 1st of 2030, as part of the terms of the monitoring agreement, the club must also be accessible to the monitor by way of closed circuit TV
Oh, boy.
and in-person inspections.
Jesus, these guys aren't even going to be allowed to have a credit card.
Asa Boys LLC, an entity that owned ATMs in the club and that belonged to Anthony, whatever his name is, of Old Bridge, and his brother, Stephanie Accardi of Freehold, also pleaded guilty to maintaining a nuisance through maintaining a house of prostitution. A house of prostitution. The Accardi brothers, who worked at the club along with the employees Jeannie Nichols and Jason Portes, also were or will be admitted to the pretrial intervention program for a period of 3 years and must pay mandatory fines and penalties. In addition, Stephen Accardi agreed to pay taxes owed to the Division of Taxation. As part of the resolution, charges will be dismissed against Alana Inc., a real estate holding company which owns the property on which Club 35 is situated.
Okay.
Wow, they're really insulated here.
Yeah, and it didn't work at all, did it?
The guilty pleas in this case underscore the illegal business dealings and the tax cheating are not worth it. Those crimes will not go undetected, and once they're uncovered, they will be prosecuted.
But here's the thing. Hold on. Here's the thing. You didn't say anybody's going to jail, did you?
No, it's all just penalties.
It's penalties on like $1 million.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
And nobody's going to jail.
Nope.
Wow.
Nope. It's
And
just
then they
all
wonder why
penalty.
people don't pay their taxes. Because if you can owe $1 million and not go to jail, what the hell? What are they going to do for you if you've got a bad $300 or whatever? Nothing.
Right. My office will prosecute those who use lawful businesses as fronts for illegal activities and those who try to avoid paying the taxes they owe. The Office of Public Integrity and Accountability Director said the monitoring put in place as a result of this case is intended to ensure 35 Club cleans up its act.
Yeah, sure. Maybe they should buy some Sydney Sweeney soap.
Right. Well, they'll just close their business and go somewhere else, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. They'll move out of New Jersey.
Exactly. In 2022, the Accardi family assets were seized by the Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office following a more than a year-long investigation into the club. It resulted in multiple charges, including money laundering, promoting and maintaining a house of prostitution, and failing to file state income taxes. Well, this is basically the Sopranos in real life.
Mm-hmm, it really is.
It is. In addition, Anthony Accardi Sr. became a cooperating witness for the Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office and assisted in a sting operation. Well, this guy just sealed his fate. Targeting Thomas Polando, the former chairman of the Sayreville Democratic Organization, who was allegedly observed accepting several $1,000s in cash at the Sayreville business and allegedly said he would use his political clout to influence an ongoing criminal case.
Wow. And he's still
So we're greasing the palms of politicians.
Yeah, and still no jail time. Wow.
Of course not. This is just Sopranos in all reality.
Mm-hmm.
This is the bada bing,
Yeah.
everybody being paid off, running prostitution, cash is flowing everywhere.
Right.
Polando was charged with accepting money in exchange for recommending that zoning or municipal codes not be enforced at Club 35, even though he knew the strip club was in violation. Polando was indicted on bribery, official misconduct, and a pattern of official misconduct charges. The charges, however, were not resolved before he died in 2020. So he just basically checked out before they could catch up with him.
Yeah, but he said, well, fuck it, I'm out.
His son, David Polando, was indicted on charges of conspiracy, witness tampering, and retaliation against a witness, all second-degree crimes, and terroristic threats, a third-degree crime. Court's records show he pleaded guilty to the charges last year, but no sentencing information was included.
Yeah, he's going to get a stiff warning.
Attention, metalheads. Want to rep the classic metal show everywhere you go? Head to the CMS store and grab some killer swag. Whether it's coffee cups, t-shirts, wall art, or even phone cases, we've got you covered with all things CMS, featuring our iconic logo and badass mascot, Rex. Don't miss out. Visit cmsstore.cmspn.com today. Support the show, show off your style, and rock on with the classic metal show.
Don't you do that ever again. God damn it. Your father's just rolling over in his grave just thinking about your transgressions against the state.
Yeah, don't do it again.
In addition, court records show a lawsuit filed by Brooke Accardi, the wife of Anthony Accardi Jr., who allegedly the Sayreville police chief and a detective sergeant violated her civil rights when officers conducted a search of her Old Bridge home while she was pregnant and restrained for hours. It was dismissed in November of 2024. As part of the global resolution, the state will recommend that the court sentence Anthony Accardi Sr. to 3 years of probation. Once again, as you said, no jail time.
Yeah, no jail time.
Supervision and Doreen Accardi to 2 years of probation supervision, and further order them to comply with all conditions imposed upon their business. Their sentencing is scheduled for September 30th, according to the attorney. Court documents and investigation into the strip club revealed that it doubled as a house of prostitution, and the dancers performed sexual acts on patrons in a VIP room. The investigation also showed certain defendants failed to report the proceeds of the unlawful prostitution operation as taxable income. So it was illegal to collect money for prostitution, but we're going to tax you anyway.
Yeah, of course.
We're going
to was this when Ozzy Ace was here? Didn't he go to New York for a weekend?
Something like that.
You slide over there.
So you guys made money illegally on prostitution, but we're going to get our chunk out of that anyway, even though it's illegal money.
That's how they took down Capone.
Right.
They didn't get him on any crimes. They got him on tax evasion.
So you guys made money on illegal prostitution, but we're going to tax the money that you would the ill-gotten gains.
That's right.
All right. Wow. What a story.
Yeah, that's craziness.
And that's real life. That's not a TV show. That's something that's actually taken place.
It could be real life. Or
right.
It could be a story for a movie, but it is right now real life. It's crazy.
Wow. And you know, we love our shows like Sopranos and things like that, but this thing in New Jersey, this actually took place.
We've all been there. Heartbreak, loss, and the struggle to move on. But few have laid it all bare like Chris Aiken. In Little Victories, Chris shares his raw and powerful journey through a brutal divorce. Every painful moment, every emotional battle, and every step toward healing is captured in this honest, unfiltered story. If you've ever been through a tough breakup, Little Victories is the guide you need. Get your copy today at chrisaiken.net or on Amazon.